So, last time I did a recording, my room was different and I couldn't use the screen, so that's why my entire background is black. Because I actually have a lot more stuff behind me now that you probably don't want to see. However, I finally finished Only the Dead. It took me a little bit of time, but it was set up a little differently than some of the books, though, and I actually really enjoyed it, but I did have to take it about 50 pages at a time. It felt better structured but structured in a different way. If that makes sense. Basically, reading about 50 pages a night felt a lot better. There were times where I did take like a whole week off of reading just because of busy life stuff. Um, so it still took me a while to get through. Probably the first like 200 pages, it took me a little while to figure out that I need to like parse it out in that like 25 to 50 pages a night. Um, but yeah, so I finally created myself a little bit of a reading corner in my room and my setup. So I've been able to actually sit there for 30 minutes, read 50 pages each night, and I finally got through it. Um, Fun fact that I just realized in this book, I don't know about, what is this, book six? I don't know about book five. I think book four still had some stuff. And I know book two, three, and one definitely had it, but there are no redactions in Only the Dead. Usually the story has a bunch of redactions in it. For something in real life that Jack Carr can't talk about. And there's actually none of that in this one that I remember. I believe so. At least not in like the past like several hundred pages. There might have been something maybe at the beginning, but I don't remember seeing any of that. So yeah. Um I would probably say this is probably my second favorite one. I was raised on a lot of Vietnam era stuff, so this getting into more of Thomas Reese and the Vietnam stuff, I actually really enjoyed it. So I will still say book three, Savage Son, is still my top favorite so far of the series. And this felt a lot more like the third book where he got into his own storytelling. Jack Carr definitely got into his more like using real and historical stuff, but getting more into his own storytelling, no redactions, getting everything with the collective, even though that's a big conspiracy theory of right now. But the idea of the collective, the shadow government, and everything with Vietnam and with his father, Thomas Reese, like, this felt like really truly getting into his own storytelling and using some real world application to create your own custom version of everything. So I would definitely say this is now my second favorite of the series. Savage Son is my favorite. So 3 and 6 so far are really good. I'm excited for book 7 to see what happens with Alice. Um, I'm hoping to get that here in the next few days so I can start that. I might be taking a break for a couple of days from reading just to be sure if I get it or not. If not, then I'll probably move on to something else to read a little bit and we'll make some videos about those. But other than that, pacing felt a lot better just besides some of the usual complaints of, kind of what I talk about in the other books with everything that this is the mind of a seal through the eyes of a seal. Like, things are going to be looking a certain way to most people, and it's going to be a little bit awkward, and you have to get used to it. It is just Jack Carr's writing style. Nothing bad about it. It's just going to be different. Um, so there was definitely, I'll probably say my only big complaint would be something's happening in the book, and then like 10, 15 chapters later, there's like a whole half page or a whole page that recounts something that happened. Like, there were some things that got a little repetitive. So I will say that there were some repetitive storytelling elements throughout this one. But otherwise, the next best book, absolutely. It was structured just right, paced just right. It felt like the character was evolving a little bit, and the story and the conspiracy theories got really good. Nice little twist at the end. I enjoyed that. It was really interesting. Like, wasn't like blindsiding, but it wasn't, I don't know, like it wasn't like this dramatic twist, but it wasn't, blindsiding you or anything like that. Like it was just kind of slipped in there, interesting, good revealing story element without it being like this huge story element throughout the whole book. Um, but yeah, it was really cool seeing this one and how this spawns some of the other uh, books involving Thomas Reese that Drakkar has written that eventually we'll get to as well. But otherwise, Only the Dead. What is the next book? I forget what it's called. I probably should look that up beforehand, but yeah, Drakkar Book 7. Red Sky Morning, that's right, because it's like AI and a nuclear sub, so, because it's based off of some other stuff, because again, all those books are usually based off of different things, so, this one, I think he goes into detail in the author's note. Yeah, so this one he delves into more about using Brotherhood of the Rose from 1984, as well as Danger Close podcast. He talks about the First Blood. Um, and what was the other one? The Tears of the Autumn. So those are some of his inspirations for this one. Again, he has a really good recommendation of reading list, both for philosophical books, other story books, and other authors that he uses as his inspiration. Absolutely recommend reading through all those and checking them out. So I will catch everybody in the next video. We'll either be doing something else or we're getting on to book 7, Red Sky Morning. So adios, have a good one, check out everything down below, and I will see you all for the next book.